Hi guys, welcome to Harry Makes It Up. Today we're going to do a red carpet look, so a really nice lip with a bit of an eye as well, but looking at very flawless skin. So let's get started. To start, I'm going to use a little bit of primer on my skin while I've had a bit more pores after coming back from holiday. So I'm going to use a bit of the Urban Decay Pore Perfecting Primer Potion. So I'm just going to start prepping that with my finger and just put a little bit in the middle of my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And then the foundation I'm going to use today is the one by Gulam, which is really beautiful. This is Lingerie de Peau. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but this is got SPF 20, which is really, really nice, and it's kind of like an invisible skin, but really you can still get the coverage you need from this foundation. So it's a really nice one for making your skin look gorgeous, and it feels really nice on the skin too. And I'm using 03. So using a buffing brush by Real Techniques, I'm just going to start buffing that into the skin. I've got a little bit of a tan at the minute because I came back from holiday, so I'm a little bit warmer than what I normally would be. So I'm going to take it down my neck, because my neck never seems to tan when I'm on holiday. So just make sure, again, you could do this as a really nice evening look. It could be for a special occasion makeup as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm using medium one around the eyes. And you have to blend this fairly quickly, but it has got good coverage, so it's really good for covering any kind of dark circles, any skin pigmentation. Again, if you could even use a tinted moisturiser and just use this to do most of your coverage. So I'm just taking that under the eye. And I'm going to set my powder last as well, so I can tidy up anything else around the eyes. I always like doing my powder last normally. I just find if you've got any mistakes or corrections, it's easy to go back to when it's unpowdered in terms of really fixing your base. So I'm going to prep my lids with Laura Mercier Eye Basics in Flax. And I'm using a NARS number 13 brush, which is like a larger domed brush. So I'm just putting that all over my eyelid, both sides. And I'm just going to buff that through so that my eyelids look really clean and fresh. Next I'm going to go onto the eyes, and to start, the product I want to use today is Black Carrot Baked Eye Colour by Laura Mercier. These, I don't know if you could see it in here without it, I think it's come a bit loose, but it's a really, really beautiful colour. It's like a greeny gold, and it makes me think of kind of red carpet, Old Hollywood, especially with the red lip we're going to do. It's going to look really, really nice. So I'm just going to start with this dry first, but you can also use these wet, which is why I like them. They're a real good dual purpose product. You can build pigment very heavily if you need to. So I'm taking two different brushes, a smaller brush and a larger brush, and I'm just going to start applying some of that across my lid first. And I'm just using this dry to start with. And I'm taking it to the socket, and then I'm just going to start buffing that out with a bigger brush. So to the socket line, bigger brush, and just blend that over again. And I'm going underneath as well, taking the product underneath my eyes. Just making it a bit darker in the socket. And again, always blending with your bigger brush so you get a nice soft blend. So that's a little bit under the eye as well now. So now I'm going to use the same product, but I'm going to use it wet, and I'm going to just mix it with a little bit of water I've got in a spray bottle, just to get a much more intense colour now. So I'm going to go the same small brush and keep my big one ready for blending. So it's going to come on much more intense now. So you can see instantly you get a bit more of a hit of colour. Nearer the lid, but I'm going to blend this into the area that I blended into already earlier. I'm going to take a little bit of the wet pigment as well under the eye in the outer corner. So now I'm going to take a bit of black coal. I'm going to use a bit of Givenchy. This is a really thick, heavy pigmented eyeliner, which I just love using. It's really good. You can make really intense eyes really quickly with these. So I'm going to use this to line on the top lash. And I'm just going to smudge that in a little bit. Okay, so I've just done a few dots, and then taking the brush that I had my green on, I have the greeny gold, I'm just going to start buffing that into the lash line so that there's a bit more depth on the outer corner in terms of darkening the lash. So using a bit of Black Track now by MAC, so the Black Track or any other black gel liner, I'm just going to push some of this into the top waterline so that it looks really dark at the lashes and the roots. So I'm just using this is a Smashbox brush, just I don't know if you can see if I hold it there. It's like a square shaped brush, and I'm just going to use this to push into the waterline. So if you just look up, and I'm just pressing this along my top waterline, which is just going to make my lashes look so much better and darker and thicker. And I'm just going to push a tiny bit of that, literally a tiny bit, along the top as well. But it's a very small amount. Tiny bit underneath, ever so tiny. A little bit what I've left what's on the brush. And then just smudge that in a little bit at the corners. Next I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to use my Sure Mirror eyelash curlers, so I'm just going to give my eyelashes a good curl. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Max Factor false lash effect on the bottom lashes towards the outer corner. So not necessarily all the way along, probably from kind of the middle to the outer corner. And then I'm going to take this all up my top lashes. Okay, taking some MAC half lashes, I don't know if you can see those, I think they're A09, but I can double check that and put the link on the blog. So you're going to take your eyelashes with a pair of tweezers. I'm taking my duo glue and I'm just going to coat along the top of the lashes. So I'll try and do this so you guys can see. So just not too many dots, but enough that each bit of the lash is covered, and then you want to leave this to go tacky. The most common mistake people make with eyelashes is putting them on straight away and the glue's still wet and it gets all messy and goes everywhere. So I'm going to attach my lashes. And then I'm just placing on, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle it into shape. Don't worry about the glue if it's still a little bit tacky. You can just use that to put it where you need to. Using a bit more false lash mascara now, I'm going to blend the two together. So I'm just going to join lashes and false lashes together. And then on the inside of the eye, I'm just going to take a bit of this Shiseido concealer pencil, and this is in number 1 light, and I'm going to go along the inside of my lash line. Okay, so that just makes the eye look a little bit bigger. So I'm now going to go onto my brows, just tidy those up a little bit now I've got both my eyes on together. I'm going to use for my brows a bit of a Body Shop eyebrow powder. This one is 02. Just hope you can all see that. So I'm just mixing the two together really on the brush, just to get a bit of an arch. And then I'm going to start doing my lip before I do the contour again. I just want to see how bright the lip is and compared to everything else. So I'm going to use, I've not tried this before, but I'm going to try it today. This is the Ultra Glimmer Stick Lip Liner in True Red by Avon. So we're going to give this a go, and I'm just going to start lining my lips first for a bit of a red lip. This is a good colour red. It's very similar to MAC Cherry, I would say. And then I'm just going to take something like a kind of Kryolan lip brush, and I'm just going to start blending the liner in even, just to get a little bit of movement. And I'm going to be using matte lipstick, so if you find your lips get really dry, just put a bit of lip balm on before you start. And I'm going to use a mixture of a few different reds. This is a really good red lip palette by MAC, and it's just called 6 Editorial Reds. It has all of MAC's best of, like Ruby Woo, Lady Danger. Really good mix, and obviously we're going to use good old retro uber matte Ruby Woo today, but I'm going to mix in a little bit of I think it's MAC Red, just to give a little bit of moisture to the lips first. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that into the middle of the lip, and then I'm going to start going in with Ruby Woo, the really matte one, and I'm just going to start painting that to my lips. And if you pull your lips taut and smile, you can usually see the shape you're making, so for neatness. And don't forget when your mouth is open to be able to have kind of it joined all the way around. You don't want any gaps just at the sides, so make sure it's a continuous O when your lips are open. So I'm going to take a little setting brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to, because I've got more of a tan at the minute, I'm actually going to use a bit of Evermatte Clarins number 3 Shine Control Powder, which is a brand new one actually. So this powder I'm going to use. I'm going to take a MAC stipple brush to do my contour, and I'm going to use Kevin Aucoin Medium for this. I think this is a really wonderful colour because it has no red in at all. It literally is the colour of a shadow. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to think of the top of your ear again and follow down for where your contour is. If you suck your cheekbones in, you'll see it anyway, but I'm just going to start buffing that in. You can see how strong you can get that quite quickly. Use a bit more on the other side, and then I'm going to blend it out as well so it's not too full on, until it's properly worked in to the skin. Then I'm going to take a highlighter powder by Dior. This is called 001 Nude Shimmer, and I really love this colour. It works strangely wonderfully well on everybody's skin tone, and for that I'm just going to use a Schumer fan brush, put it there so you can see, and I'm just going to fan that over the cheekbones so we get a really nice glow. So you can see it just gives a really nice highlight, and then you put a little bit of that through your brow bone if you want to. And that's the finished look, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, it's a really nice look if you're going for an evening out or it's a special occasion. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like it in the bottom of the corner if you like it, and hopefully I will be doing some more videos very soon. Thanks, bye.